Welcome everyone to Elder Scrolls Online once again. Today we're heading somewhere new. We're leaving Morrowind, and we're heading into Black Marsh, into the zone of Shadowfen. So we'll have to see what awaits us this way. We went through it just a little bit. Oh, I did. I went off recording, I believe, back when the Halloween event was going on. I did go through here, and quite frankly, pretty much just a giant swamp. That's pretty much all I would call Shadowfen, so... So around here at the moment, we still have a bit of a Morrowind-looking area here, but eventually it's just going to turn like straight into swamp. Oh, we got something over here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Brand new zone, so we have to start exploring again everywhere. I will probably go back to the story quest. Not too far along here, because there's also a zone area that we have to go through with that too. How do I... Aha, here we go. Well, we got a lore book, nice. And we got a skeleton here. It looks as though I'm supposed to go inside, but I'm not sure where that actually would be. Like, seriously, I'm confused here. How strange. There's like no way inside of this. Is there an opening down here? No. So why is this like this? That's kind of strange. Do you see something off this way? I think this might be the public dungeon. So I'll go ahead and grab that as well if I can. Well, we got somebody else out here. Just somebody hanging out. Runs with questions. Guess nothing here either at the moment. At least I believe they'll be marked on my map anyways, in any case, I think. Oh, now I found it, apparently. How strange that it took that long. That's weird. Oh, we get little frogs jumping around. That's neat. Just some seedweed.
Stay back. Back! I will not die like the others.
Oh, this is the person that I have to go to for the thing with the Mages Guild, the shadows killing people.
You think I do not know? I know. I have heard the stories. Rhaegar, Gilnanor, and now Skaldir? All dead at your hand, no doubt. Well, I am too clever for you, Shadow Weaver. Try to touch me and my wards will tear you apart. You think I would fall for such a ruse? No. No. I will keep this ward up for days if that is what it takes. Now be gone! You do not want to be here when my sister arrives. Zarai is the strongest guard in Stormhold. Run away while you still can.
Alright, I guess we have to go talk to his sister. Well, we found it. We found Stormhold. Oh, you're the Steel Master. I'll talk to you, sure.
We don't get a lot.
Almost up to 10% on my riding speed. I'm not seeing really any... Okay, here's another quest in the city. Okay. So usually I'm looking for those once I reach a major city like this. I'm pretty sure Stormhold is probably the major city here.
Lock your doors tonight. They found another one.
Oh, what have I done?
I won't go down without a fight.
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No more drinking. My head's splitting. My mouth feels like a cagoody nested in it, and I'm in serious trouble. I don't suppose you'd care to help out a down-on-her-luck chef, would you? Go back in time and cut out my tongue. No, then I wouldn't be able to taste my wonderful cooking. Last night I made a terrible bet with a hunter friend of mine, Vinaza. I told him cooking was art and hunting was peasants' work. He took offense. I boasted I'd hunt Shadowfen, collecting ingredients from exotic animals. An aelit's heart, a kaguti's ribs, eggs of a giant wasp, and delicious mud crab claw meat. I'd meet him in Hismir and prepare a feast to prove it. But I can't hunt. That's one of the problems. I know you can find these beasts all over Shadowfen, but I don't know where. And I'd get killed if I went roaming around the swamps. You'll have to ask Vinaza, but don't let him know I sent you. Just appeal to his vanity. The old lizard's pride got me into this. I don't see why it shouldn't get me out too. He's probably just outside the city hunting. That's what he does all the time. Thinks he's the greatest gamesman in Shadowfen. Don't ask. What I have to do if I lose, oh, it doesn't bear thinking upon. Just know that if I lose this bet, I'll have to stay drunk for the rest of my life to live down the shame.
Ooh.
Try not to throw the sword when you lunge. Makes it too easy if you disarm yourself.
Greetings, Dry Skin. What can I do for you? Do you have a crime to report? Nilo? Did he set something on fire with his magic again? Chaos. I will, of course, pay for the damages. Please forgive him. He is still learning, you see. His shadow. By the Hist, what have you gotten into this time, little brother? Take me to Nilo. I will make him see reason. He always feels safer when I am by his side.
Alright, let's go and get that quest back here. Let's see. Oh, wait. There we go. His shadow's probably strangling him already. Would not surprise me at all.
Easy does it, Nilo. It is me. What troubles you this time?
Ex-sister? What are you doing with it? That shadow tamer.
Do not be a withered root. This one means you no harm, and I am here to protect you now, all right? So lower your wards.
Yes, sister. I am sorry I doubted you. I am often frightened by the unknown. And what I said was true, right? Shadows are killing my friends? Yes, of course. Zarai will put me in a very bright room. Or should it be a very dark room? I cannot take this kind of stress. Look, my scales are falling out. Thank you. And Bonifred, Tell her I am sorry I doubted her dedication in the past. Yes, I know I will. If you have spoken to Bonifred, you must know about our research into the Daedric artifact. Please, take my notes. Preferably far, far away. I hid them in those roots over there. I am sure that is what these shadows want.
Alright, let's get these notes then. I saw the water woman again today. That is why I've taken to calling her. Each time I have my scrying bowl, I see her before long. She never speaks when she turns to face me. Her eyes are cloaked in shadow, hidden beneath a black hood. I think she is beautiful by dry skin standards, but she seems cold, like river water after a thaw. I don't understand. All I seek is the artifact, but all I find is this woman. Sarcy says I'm doing it incorrectly and accidentally gazing into some poor Breton's parlor. I don't think she is right, though. I filled my scrying bowl of tea instead of bog water. This girl says the flecks of leaf and seed can help break through persistent visions. I'll try anything at this point. I fear that each time I see the water woman, my chances of finding the artifact diminishes. I managed to elude her today and focused on her mouth and passed through it. There was a flopping of wings, I think, then nothing. Blackness. Like Hellstrom heart mud. I narrowed my eyes and closed my nostrils and folded back my spine, trying to swim against the current. Still nothing. Maybe this is nothing means something. I admit it feels so trembling. Scaldier insists that we trudge on, but the water woman scares me. The darkness scares me. Time for a wallow, I think. A long one. Okay. In any case, we'll put that aside for now, and we're going to go ahead and talk to somebody else. Probably this person over here, since my quest marker's like right over here.
This guar gives its life so we may have meat. Now I give you my time. Why? Oh? Do the winds speak my name? Or the birds? Or is there perhaps someone else who told you to speak with me? My adroitnosity is known throughout the fen, of course, but it whispers only to its creatures, and me, of course. Everyone? The Metropolinia hum with tales of my vergoritude. Well, who am I to deny them? Go ahead, ask your questions. The Fen speak to me readily about their bountinosity of beasts. Please, ask me about any of these and I will stupendify you with my knowledge. But know that most beasts of the Fens can be found anywhere, if you are wise enough to find them. Interesting, but deadly insects. They can be found singly or in swarms. Beware the Wasp Queen. She has a mighty sting, and is often protected by her lesser drones. Wasps dwell mostly in the venomous fens, the southernmost region of Shadowfen. Mudcrabs live all over the world, but the sweetest of the hardback beasts live here, in reticulated spine. The foul-tempered creatures can be found all along the northern region of Shadowfen. Larger and more deadly predators than the Kaguti, Aelid hunt the venomous fens along the southern edge of Shadowfen. Be careful. These beasts carry a disease called ataxia. You'll find yourself staggering and weak if you let them bite you. They are two-legged predators, more aggressive than guar, and similar in some way to Aelids. They eat anything they can fit in their large mouths. To hunt them, search the central regions of Shadowfen in Leafwater.
Alrighty. Crocodiles, yay!
It's a shame about all those Fort Zarin refugees. Thank goodness you were at the docks, though.
Not seeing many quests around, which I'm surprised by.
you're a new face in Stormhold. As Vice Canon tasked with today's duties of audience, it is my solemn duty to warn you of the killer loose in our fine city. Be on your way, travel in pairs, etc. Did he mention the finder's fee he receives for sending you into the swamp? Of course not. Since he didn't, I'll provide you with his fee directly. Hand it to him the next time you see him, or use it for a pair of watertight boots. 3 murders, and Stormhold's about to boil over like my father's fish kettle. The Dark Elves blame the Argonians they owned before the Pact outlawed slavery. I miss the days of kicking arse. Now I'm expected to kiss them. That's not a question I've heard from a stranger. Fancy yourself a bloodhound, do you? I'd never doubt Stormhold's guards in a siege, but we've seen no progress with these murders. We'll gladly pay a bounty if you find the killer. Here's a list of the victims' families. Find out what they know about their murdered kin. I'm almost glad the guard never got around to it. As my son says, mammoths can dance. You'll likely find Dendris Indolor at home. Gethys Omabar works at the smithy. As for Tyrell Alor, try the Mages Guild. Hold your nose when talking to that one. A while back, Argonians and Stormhold were slaves to the local Dark Elves. The 2 other Vice Canons work to mend the bad blood, but it's slow to get anything done when nobody trusts the guard. Recently, some Argonians went missing. We had a nasty rumor about Dark Elf slavers in the city. False, of course. Then the bodies showed up. All Dark Elves. The new rumor says Shadow Scales are targeting Dunmer. Nearly started a riot. They're a pain in the fundament. An armed group of Argonians lurking in the swamps, killing enemies of their people. If you want to twist the Dark Elf's ears anymore, you may as well burn an effigy of Almalexia.
Okay.
I see the messenger found you, comrade. We've discovered much since our adventure in Mizenout. The events of the past continue to stalk us. The visions, my friend. The Aelids fled from the forces of Molag Bal and hid away the remains of a powerful relic. Merrick has taken the crystal and the tome to an ancient forge. There, he's begun the work of crafting the weapon anew. In time, comrade. First, you and I must travel afield, to the ruined city Abagarlis. It was there the Aelids went, to stop the Mortum Vivicus. Together we will understand the threat to the present and the events of the past. Comrade, you were the first person I thought of when it came time to explore a musty ruin. That is meant as a compliment. Of course, you have much to concern yourself with. When last we spoke, we had explored the dwarven ruin of Mizenout. We found an ancient crystalline tome, left behind by a squad of Aeliid soldiers fleeing undead abominations. You have my apologies, comrade. When I heard the ancients speaking of the Mortum Vivicus, I knew the past might contain more clues to solve our present crisis. I wanted to begin my research immediately. We call it the Earthforge. Merrick found it on a contract a few years ago. The maintenance constructs had long since shut down. The ruin contains the most unique blacksmithing setup. Even the basest of metals sing in its embrace. In Mizenout, we saw visions of ancient soldiers, survivors of a strategic attack on a city of darkness. Abagarlis is that city, an ancient stronghold of Molag Bal. I expect we will learn much from those old stones.
All right. Let's go on an adventure.
Welcome to the ruins of Abagarlis, comrade. Ancient home to a foul den of necromancers and Molag Bal worshippers. We are here to relive the past, In Mazenelt, we saw a squad of soldiers on the run for their lives. Here, at Abagarlis, that same group was calm and in control. Together we can see what they saw, and discover what they knew about the Mortum Vivicus. After Mazenelt, I researched a way to take control of the visions we saw. Osterand was the ancient soldier charged with bearing the prismatic weapon into battle. It is through his eyes you will see. And, in turn, I will see through your eyes. The ancients stood against the Vivicus and survived. Now, Molag Bal makes ready to unleash the same relic against Tamriel again. It is my hope the courage of the long dead will save the living of today. Hold still just a moment, comrade.
All right.
It's up to you, Osterland. You bear the prismatic weapon, and the hope. Lenath and Kurano will hold the door from this side. Balasha and I from the other. May the sunburst guide your sword arm, my friend.
Guess we head out this way. Skeletal soldier.
My son, you must ensure I am not disturbed. Maintaining the final phase of the Mortum Vivicus requires all of my concentration.
Somebody hits pretty hard around here. Oh, I've got multiples, that's why. May as well use the ultimate when I can, because it does do passive damage to them bit by bit. Ooh, is that a Sky Shard? Chanting, nice. Oh, that's not a,
By the mace of the master!
skip out of there. Assume nothing good comes from that spot.
You cannot
cannot stop the Mortoon Vivicus. Oh no! Master, please! Spare me!
Jeez. Zoom off this direction? Surely the track of Minder Nunda is one of the strangest, least understood books of mytho-history that has come to us from the early First Era. This is only in partial manuscript form, a single copy of which resides in the library of Arcane University at the Imperial City. At least it did, though, since the Mages Guild was blamed for the disappearance of Emperor Varen and driven out of Cyrodiil. I don't know what has become of their once admirable library. Fortunately, I was granted an opportunity to study the noted track in detail, while the Guild was still in possession of it. I made a personal copy for myself so I could continue to unravel its mysteries once I returned to Elenir. The problem of understanding the track of Midornunda is twofold. First, the extant document is clearly part of a larger work, drawn from seemingly somewhere in the middle. Without the preceding and following portions of the work, we have little context for the part that remains. Second, the track is written in a particular argot that implies elode phrases in a late Nedic syntax, including many words of unknown origin that don't appear in any other source. However, working outwards from fragments previously translated by Wingaris Mahana in Hymnia Sina, I believe I could shed some new light on certain key passages in this mysterious manuscript. Our format shall be provided the translation of each passage, followed by the interpretation of its meaning. We're known as the 9 Carucations who followed the Publurius that led away from Magnus. Miranunda was one of these sisters, as was Miranili, or in Exolig, as was. This appears to identify the Dajic prince Mideria with the so-called Storophans, those entities that separate from Magnus when the Divine withdrew from the creation of Erebus. Thus, none of these star orphans is probably Minamili, the blue star, who was associated with untimed events and was said to be visible even in the daytime sky at the time of the Dragon Break. Thus, we call upon Sindinli to bind the earth as we speak to Muradnunde regarding the light, for she is the scintilla that fears not darkness and swims the waves of pull and spin. For the Elides, of course, light was one of the 4 elements of creation, and this passage seems to confirm that Mideria was the personification of light to the wild elves. Though I'm certain this passage's translation, I confess, the meaning of the final phases elude me. The next passage was quite difficult, but its translation adds an entirely new episode to the accounts of the Dawn Era. The Lords of the Chaos Realms shielded Mideria for her trespass and bade her return to Erebus, claiming all existing spheres as their own, but Miranunda formed of her substance the great Draglands, and the light of Magnus was bent thereby. The Raves carved, focused, a new sphere from the chaos, which Miranunda, laughing, sparkling, did claim for her own. This appears to recount the origin of the colored rooms, as Mideria's Oblivion Realm is known, seemingly formed directly out of the stuff of chaos by an act of divine will. And finally, thus does Miranunda slide across the Rainbow Road from end to end, and at one end stretching the dragon, the other end compressing him. Curious passage indeed. The dragon, of course, traditionally refers to the divine we know as Akatosh, the god of time. This seems to suggest that by traveling the Rainbow Road, a reference to the prismatic refraction of light, the area can be, in a sense, after the rate of which time flows forward. Alter the rate at which time flows forward. Altering the speed of time? Is this merely an absurd concept in the lead sorcerer priest, or a genuine insight into the nature of one of the least understood Dajic princes? Who can say? Okay. That was a mouthful, that's for sure.
That was Prince Malian, scion of evil King Anumaril. He must have been left behind to defend the Vivicus.
Get my gold. Which way are we heading here? That guy just kind of gave up on fighting, I think. Oh, there was more over here. Another enemy, I assume, is up this way.
By the light, that must be the Mortoon Vivicus.
No! My sacred charge! Your life for the master!
Missed that hit. Gotta focus on the queen, basically. And down.
Death means nothing. The master will still destroy. Wait! What? No, my lord! I served you faithfully!
Anything else worth around here, I'm wondering? A sermon in one part. We march by the Master's mace, we march on the hatred city of Dilladil. Under the command of the mighty King Anamori, our assault cannot fail. By the power of the Master, we will capture the light-worshipping thralls of that pitiful city. We'll return them to the dark chamber at the heart of Abergarlis, a temple far superior to the pathetic Medarian altar of the Dilladil heretics. We will liberate their worthless souls, feeding them to the Mormem Victus. We shall grant them at long last a purpose in this world. So the Master, the Lord of Lies, commands, so shall it be. Let's see what's going on here.
Well, you accomplished nothing. I removed the Vivicus to Cold Harbor. This doom will come again to Tamriel.
Comrade, over here! This is terrible, my friend. Osterond was on the verge of destroying the Vivicus, and nothing. The rapids have grown swift, and we did not even notice. Let me explain. Do you remember the notes you took from Dosha's lair? The ones that spoke of the Vivicus? I had assumed that this relic she spoke of was a legend. Even when I heard the words of Osterond, Indera, and their companions, I thought this was a threat from a time long forgotten. But, comrade, we just saw it. The Vivicus was never destroyed. You saved Merrick from a worm-cult plot to harvest souls, remember? Those souls are fuel for the Vivicus. The intact Mortoon Vivicus that Molag Bal has kept hidden all this time, safely tucked away in Cold Harbor. You must go to the Forge. Help Merrick Adeswala restore the prismatic weapon to its full potential. I will do what I can to find where he has hidden the Vivicus. Comrade, I put my faith in you. You must tell the others. Warn them. Can I count on you? I would entrust this task to no one else, comrade. You go with the weight of the guild on your shoulders. Just so, my friend. I believe it to be some kind of relic. A massive spell capable of holding and harnessing the souls of thousands upon thousands of dead. If it had been released, if it is released, the world as we know it will end. You saw through the eyes of Osterrand, one of the valiant ancients that fought and died in Mizenalt to safeguard our future. According to what we saw, it was he who slew Queen Pololo and stopped the use of the Mortum Vivicus.
All right. Where am I? Looks like it might be Skyrim, perhaps?
How was your research trip with the Guildmaster, comrade? Truly, what happened? Were the ruins infested with undead? Stendarr's wrath would have served you in good stead. Comrade, did you say try? The Vivicus is not some long-destroyed legend? Then, when Dosha took me prisoner, she was to harvest my soul for this abomination? By all the eight! We should be moving. Aleph will await us here. Keep watch for any unfriendly faces. Come, follow me, and try to keep up.
All right.
I helped to find this place years ago, Stendarr's will. Comrade, this news is disquieting. I'm glad you're here with us. I've made preparations to work the prismatic crystal, to reforge the weapon from the time of the ancients. In truth, I thought this weapon would just be a powerful symbol. It seems we have great need of this important relic.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to the Earthforge. Quite a sight, is it not? Comrade, we must restore this weapon of old. Make ready for any new plots by the Prince of Lies. I feel the strength of Stendarr flowing through my arms. Are you prepared? I shall work the anvil, form the core. You will keep the fire at the proper temperature. Many and many times must the fire be stoked to keep an even flame and flow. Use the bellows here to stoke the flame just a bit. Use the valve to my other side to stoke it yet more. And for a truly fearsome blaze, pour fire salt on the coals. The lever just next to the valve releases pressure from the forge. But do not worry. I'm certain you'll do fine. Are you ready to begin? I wish it was so, but no. You and I are merely forming the core. Whatever weapon we decide to make, the runes and hilt and all of that must wait for another day. This equipment is very old and very delicate. Stendarr willing, we must try to get it right the first time. Here are the fire salts. Let's begin. Build
All right.
a small fire first, and I shall tell you when you are close. Let the fire loose now. Give it all you can. Give us some more, but not too much. We are not quite there yet. Ha! Feel that heat? Just a moment and I'll prepare the core.
I feel like there's gonna be an
Now
attack
I need
here.
a larger fire, comrade. Double the heat of the last one. Keep it coming. The heat's rising, but we're not there yet. Let the fire loose now. Give it all you can. Give us some more, but not too much. We are not quite there yet. Ease up now. The fire is very close. Stendar's wrath, that fire is hot. Just a moment, comrade. I'll prepare the core.
Preparing that core.
Now we need an even hotter fire. The largest yet. Twice the size of the last one. Give it all you got. I need all the heat you can get. You're on the right track, but we need more. Much more. More. Make this fire remind me of Sentinel Sands. Give us some more, but not too much. We are not quite there yet. That's the fire I'm looking for. Stand back. I shall prepare the core. We've done it. Very well done, comrade. Excellent work, oh my comrade. Together there is nothing we cannot do. We are well on our way, I can feel it. We'll have to tinker with it to see what... Stendar's grace, what's that noise?
Fools! Do you truly think you could hide that trinket from the god of schemes? The people of Abagala serve me even in death. My devoted, kill them. Kill them and bring me the crystal.
I knew there was going to be a fight here. I knew it.
That blasphemy must not be allowed to be reforged. Bring that crystal to Cold Harbor.
For the Lord of Brutality.
Ooh. It doesn't matter that time, because I have my form on.
Remember this day, mewing wretches. My followers serve me, even in death.
Stendar shield us. The Earthforge overrun with undead. That was Molag Bal himself. Did you hear his voice? Made my blood run cold. That such an evil thing could be right here, in our midst. I do not know. Perhaps he somehow can track the core itself? If the Prince of Lies is planning to use the Vivicus once again, the prismatic weapon is a threat to his plots. No, not just yet. We came so close. Don't worry, though. I can complete the final steps on my own. This weapon will yet see the light of day, mark my words. The Mortum Vivicus will yet be destroyed. You have the right of it. I'll speak with the Provost Generals and post some guards. If undead can come boiling up out of the mountain at any time, there's no telling what might happen here. Yes, we should be going. We must find Seize All Colors and inform her what has happened here. Lead on, comrade.
All right. Wouldn't surprise me if a battle is taking place at the path we went through earlier. I don't like this. I'm seeing bodies.
By Stendar! Are you all right, Aleph?
What happened in there? How do these worms find the forge?
We were finishing up when they appeared. They were after the crystal and tome. How did they know? How did they know about this place?
Aleph does not know. Merrick, this whole thing is madness. She has us hunting Daedra, and now they come calling on our doorstep.
Aleph, behind you!
Aleph, Merrick, I do not rest easily.
Dark Moons. Guildmaster Iceblade, what's happening?
I was murdered, comrades. Seek my killer. Let me find peace.
Wait! Who killed you?
Interesting. Very interesting. Aleph has her suspicions.
This is unbelievable. Stendar's horn. We all thought the Guildmaster died in his sleep. I'm sorry, comrade. I knew Yofnir a long time. You're right. We need to report in. So much has happened. I think I'll let Aleph lead the way this time. Come.
Alright, back to Shadowfen.
Were you successful? Have you forged the weapon? We have more need of it now than ever, my friend, as you well saw. What has happened, comrade? I do not like the look on your face, or the scowl Merrick bears. The god of schemes himself has taken notice of our quest. We're all in murky water now, comrade, and the current grows swift. What? Yofnir murdered? This is dire news, comrade. The Council must be told straight away. There will have to be an investigation. Thank you for standing beside us on this of all dark days. Merrick, Aleph, and I will confer with the Council of Provost Generals. We'll want to talk about the attack, and this revelation about Guildmaster Iceblade. We'll contact you again when there's more to discuss. Until then, comrade.
Finish that one off. in this case, I'm going to go ahead and head on off for now. We've successfully gotten into Black Marsh, started up some of the quests here in Stormhold, and gone through our zone quest of Fire's Guild as well. So hopefully, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll be back with another one here soon.